For those of you who don't know, Troy
I
is a
got a blank
total
space. I'll
Swiftie.
write your name. I'm a total Swiftie. Although she has not made me a Kansas City Chiefs fan. Sorry, Tay Tay. I love you anyway. Um,
Seriously weird.
but it's just one thing among many that makes me unique.
Just
But
weird. Well, welcome to Pros Talking Prose. Today, Troy and I are a little bit flabbergasted and gasted of flabbers, and we're also what else are we? We're running
I don't
around like
know.
our chickens
We're
with our
just running
heads cut
around like
off.
crazy. And I'm super excited because I just got back from a writing retreat that is, oh, we're already planning next year because this thing
Mm-hmm.
was, I can't, I'm just, I promise you guys that I will put up a page on my website that has the photos, but it's still not going to be
It's not going
enough.
to do it justice.
It's
Yeah.
not going to do it justice. It's an amazing space, but it's also just, oh man, um, there's just such an opportunity to first of all take time to write. Like I got over 4,000 words in this weekend, plus spending time with people and
Yeah.
community and the food. So we dialed in the food this time, but the food, oh, oh my God. Anyway, if you walked away hungry, it would be your own fault. And hikes. Holly and I went hiking, and Nick went hiking with another guy that was up there, and they broke into a house and got yelled at. And it's a long story. There
That's
was a
very
realtor
exciting.
lockbox. The guy had a key to the realtor lockbox, but it turns out there was also an alarm on the house, which they did not
Oh,
have a code to.
no.
So
Yeah.
anyway, but
That's
now
funny.
the owner of that house knows that his alarm works effectively. So
Well, that's good. That's good for you guys.
and Nick was not arrested by the sheriff. That was good
Well,
too.
that's really good. That's really good.
So all
Um,
things that were really good. Anyway, amazing things. So I'll fill you guys in on details like that. And then of course we're headed to Author Nation.
yeah,
So
that's one of the
um
reasons why we're chatting it up today, isn't it? We're going to talk about
yes.
Author Nation and talk about kind of the things that we're
Yeah.
excited about. We're still holding on to a secret, but we are very we could
Oh
probably get away with leaking a little bit of information because Troy and I
yeah.
are a little bit
Well, because
closer
it's
to.
not 100% secret anymore.
No,
Some
it's not.
people
Some
know.
people know.
And I'm
um,
happy that people know because the people that do know are people I'm very happy to
we're
have
very excited
in
about.
our
Mhm.
little universe here.
Yeah.
But
So,
yeah, so
we'll talk a little bit about that. We'll talk about what we're hoping we can garner and get from Author Nation. We do have a space to actually record our podcast at Author Nation, so I'm excited about that as well. So our next podcast will be, recorded from Author Nation. And then yeah, we're gonna go down there and meet and greet and canoodle with other writers and industry pros. One of the ones I'm really excited about talking to is the guys from Draft Digital. I have some bones to pick with them, specifically
all
with, yeah, I'm excited about it. Just some things that are unique to authors who want fixed formats. So I want to talk to them about
oh
that.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, that is a tough one. That is
Yeah.
a tough one.
Yeah.
Um
So
yeah.
we'll talk to them about that. We're going to talk to I'm also excited to talk to Demonza, which is a
Hmm.
four-person cover design team that will be there. I'm excited to rub some
Oh,
shoulders with the IBPA.
and Tara from
Yeah, Tara.
Novelio.
Oh yeah,
Tara from
Tara from
Novelio.
Novelio. It'll be
I
nice to
am
see her
really,
again.
oh yeah, and I'm really excited about this, about the product that she has. And what I'm really going to do is try to get her to be my Vanna White when I do my plot on the spot and get her to fill in the things and
To
show
fill
us
in.
Novelio and all that stuff because she'll be better at it than I am at this
That's
point.
great.
And so I'm really excited about that. But so I'm doing a plot on the spot Thursday if you're going to be in Vegas. Thursday morning. Come and see me for Plot on the Spot. It is an absolute blast. It is
It'll be
just one of the
fun.
funnest things that you'll do. We just make a plot in an hour. And all we do is become a community. No high pressure sales, no nothing like that. This is just let's come have fun together as authors.
Yeah.
That's all it is. I have zero agenda with that Plot on the Spot. I used to have agendas when I did them, but I don't have any agenda this time.
It's kind
So
of nice to not have agendas, huh? It's kind of
it's
we're going down there literally with just to meet and
so
mingle. It's going to be really fun.
like I mean, it's not that I don't have any agenda or anything to offer authors at all, like in that arena. But the beauty of it is that I'm not tied to any one thing or any one way of doing
Yeah.
things. And because the way I'm doing author education now and going forward is wide open.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care what software you use. I don't care what methods you use. I don't care any of those things. I just want you to learn to craft stories the very best that you can so you can have a very happy and profitable writing career, whatever that looks like to you, and
Right.
so that you can have a damn good time because that's what this
Yeah.
is all about.
This is what,
This
yeah.
weekend, writing that story for me was like, I'm not even done with the story, and I'm like super pumped about it and super excited. And like, oh, I just I don't want to give anything
I
away,
could
but
have probably come and finished
except
my freaking novel. But yeah, I just
except
couldn't get
so
away.
I'll tease one more thing that we're doing in Author Nation, and it's on the Eventee program, so you can see it if you're a part of Author Nation. Uh, but I will be launching Vincent and I's Book Blast Kickstarter for getting Book Blast all throughout next year. We'll be launching that November 7th at Reader Nation. So even if you're not an author, but you're just a reader, and for some reason you found this podcast fantastic, happy on you. We're going to say some weird things that you're not going to understand, but you can come to Reader Nation and see the launch of that book blast, which is going to be just so much fun. There's going to be a few other people that are launching Kickstarters that day, so we're going to launch the Kickstarter that day. I'm hoping we fund in 24 hours and make things happen. I got some cool little flyers for that, so really excited about that thing. But the story that I'm writing this weekend is for our next anthology, which is going to launch in February of next year, which is going to be a part of this thing that Stacey and I are barely talking about and pretending exists. And but
We're
anyway,
not pretending it
and
exists. We're
so
pretending it's not yet existing.
but it is a romance, but it is a
Okay.
dark noir romance, and it is
Okay.
called The Joker and the Queen,
Oh,
which is
okay.
a song by Taylor Swift and Ed
Hmm.
Sheeran. And the plot
For those of
formula
you who
for it,
don't know, Troy
I
is a
got a blank
total
space. I'll
Swiftie.
write your name. I'm a total Swiftie. Although she has not made me a Kansas City Chiefs fan. Sorry, Tay Tay. I love you anyway. Um,
Seriously weird.
but it's just one thing among many that makes me unique.
Just
But
weird.
the plot formula for the story follows a hand of Texas Hold'em.
Oh, very fun.
So
Okay.
that's the plot formula for the story. So anyway,
I should
it's
bring
one of the
some
things that
poker cards and we should play some poker while we're there because not at the tables because I don't want to gamble because I was born and raised in Vegas and I know better, but I would love to play poker with you. You talk, you know, the solitaire series and everything. You talk a good game. I wonder if you could play cards as well
well,
as
I
you
will
write,
tell you,
maybe.
my uncle taught me to play poker when I was a kid, and he got
Mm-hmm.
really mad because I laid all my cards down and went, "Is this one good?" And he said, "Yes, a royal flush is very good. That is a very nice first hand." And by the
Oh,
way, I'm not
good
helping
kid.
you.
I'm
I'm
not
not
helping you
helping you
anymore.
anymore. You have learned enough. I'm
Oh,
not
it's
helping you.
funny. It's
Actually, I
funny.
mean, I play a little poker. I'm not, but I like blackjack. I like blackjack.
Blackjack is fun.
And that's really the game that happens more often
Solitaire.
in the solitaire series.
Yeah.
It's just a more, it's easier. You don't have to explain so much. But this story that I'm writing is a spin-off of the Solitaire series, so it's
Very
not.
nice.
It's different. Some of the same characters appear, but that's not the main focus of the story. It's just super fun. But anyway,
Good.
so I was
Good.
so excited to get that done get started on that this weekend, and I mean, anyway, I'm super excited.
That's
So,
good.
um,
Well,
yeah,
Troy's got a lot on his plate right now. So right now
yes,
he's getting his house ready to move into, and he's
oh yes,
yeah,
transfer.
so
I mean, so we could talk about transformation because, anyway, we can talk about that a little bit, and maybe we'll have another
mhm.
episode where we actually just talk a lot about that.
Yeah.
Because we'll talk about like what it's like to transform your career, which is one of the things that I've been doing over the last 6 to 8
Year.
months is kind of
Yeah.
reinventing my career as far as on both sides of things, fiction and nonfiction. But at the same time, well, not at the same time, just recently, essentially, we decided to buy a house. That was not on our bingo card for 2025, but we are checking it off anyway. And
It was a
also
free
not on our
space.
bingo card was, the free space was replacing the carpet as well. We were just gonna,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then we got in there and there was just no saving the carpet. So we actually met with the carpet guy today, which means I have to have that house painted by Saturday because I leave on
Wow.
Sunday for Vegas on the inside
Nothing like
because
making things real tight
because
here.
carpet is coming while I am gone. So when I
Okay.
get back, I will just be able to start moving things in. But
That's
carpet is
awesome.
coming while I'm gone. So I
That's
have to
awesome.
have this part, at least all the places where carpet goes, I have to have
All of
all
that
those
painted.
that done.
Hmm.
But anyway, but super excited. And also it's just one of those things where you take something that's old and that needs help and you transform it into something new. And you can do that with your writing career. We were just talking
Yeah.
about that this weekend. Um,
Yeah.
because it's one of the things that happens to writers is it's easy to get into a routine and believe that this is the way to do my writing career. And then the world changes around us and we have to choose whether we follow those changes or we stick with the same old thing. And it's part of what this new thing Stacey and I are doing is basically saying we don't want to do things the old way, the way things have been done in the past. We want to move into the next age of what all this stuff looks like and do things in a meaningfully new way. So it's funny that that's happening in my writing career, in my professional and nonfiction career, and in my house at the same time.
Well, I will say that this year has been kind of it's been a wild card for me. Same thing. But transformation is a really good theme for the show because I would say that with regard to our new directions that we're going, which basically don't deviate from our perspective or our hopes for what we do for authors, it doesn't change at all from that. It's actually in
Mhm.
line with that more so. It just basically lays the foundation for more opportunities for authors, I think, going forward. One of the things that we're hinting around here is that we've seen some different approaches to the um, publishing world happen over time. And lately, it's like there's been this complete divide that has happened between traditional publishing and indie publishing. And I will admit that I'm part of that divide. In fact, I don't think I will see myself to even in Troy's and my direction going next year. I won't see myself deviating too much from that divide. Still, I will still have a firm grasp of authors independence and authors autonomy from um, an author's freedom from being tied down by any publisher or contract that makes them do something that's not going to work for them. Every author in this business should be able to be free to choose how and what vehicle works best for them in their author career. And sometimes that means trad, and
Mhm.
sometimes that means indie. And
And sometimes it
unfortunately,
means both.
sometimes it
And
means
that's
both.
really,
And that's
I
kind of
mean,
where Troy and I are coming from
that
is
that's kind of where. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of authors I know that come from that particular, and there's some that just do traditional. And really, the reason is that
And we're not
the
talking
reason,
hybrid here. This is not this.
no, no,
Let's make a very firm like line in the sand. This is not a
oh, yeah,
hybrid situation. This is not a hybrid model. That is not a new
no.
model. That is called vanity press. We're not talking about vanity press here.
Well,
We're
and
talking
the
about
issue,
we're talking
oh,
about the fact that when authors get locked into a contract with a trad publisher, usually what that means for them is that they're locked into a a course of action that they don't really have control over. They don't understand their metadata. They don't
hmm,
understand where they're getting published or how they're getting published or distributed. They don't understand the background information involved. They don't understand the marketing strategies involved. And usually, by the way, and I hate to disclose this to everybody, and it might shock the pants off of some of you, but there really isn't a marketing strategy. In fact, Troy and I both have horror stories about publishing companies that have
oh,
taken on authors, trad publishers that have taken on authors and have zero idea how to market that book. And so
hmm,
they ask for outside help, believe it or not. And sometimes that outside help is like, what are you talking about? They have no
yeah,
idea. Like it's just crazy. I have tens of 20s of at least 20 to 30 clients that have been put into my ecosystem that I've worked with personally that have come from trad publishers, and they've said, okay, I've got my rights back, let's get this fixed. And I've looked at the metadata from those books, and it is abhorrent. It is like
hmm,
zero effort put into the metadata. So
yeah.
the keywords
Something
and categories are
no
all
respectable indie author would put out there is what your publisher is putting
what your
out there
publisher
for
is
you.
putting out there. And
It's
so
absolutely asinine.
it's
It is
it's it's
so insane.
irresponsible. It's irresponsible to do that with somebody else's IP. It's just rude and nasty. So one of the things that Troy and I are toying around and dancing around here is, you can guess that we're actually embarking upon a another branch or arm of Print to Pro that will cater to those of you who wish to leverage trad publishing. And that is basically what we're going to be doing. And so
Hmm.
we'll make a big announcement here pretty soon, but just know that there are things in the background that we are working on, and it's definitely going to be a publishing company that has a different new way of approaching um, this business with you as the author. And we are going to partner with our authors, and we are going to help them so that they aren't left in the lurch. They're going to be educated while they
Yeah.
are being leveraging our power of helping them
Well,
be
and
out
let
there.
me just, I'll offer another hint that this is going to be a very specific publisher for a very specific
Very
genre
specific genre.
and a very limited number of titles.
Right.
But part of the reason we're doing it this way is because
So
this
we
is the
can
way I feel like all publishers should do it. You should not try to be everything to everyone and publish every type of title, because the reason is you don't know how to market them.
it's also important that
Anybody
they
can print
understand
your
that
book for you,
we could
but
we could we could tailor make programs for clients when we work with clients like this.
mhm,
We can actually hone in and really make sure that they're getting the individual attention and education and a,
mhm.
you know
Yes,
appropriate application of resources that we
right.
have. um
Because here's one thing that publishers should do that they don't do for the most part. And I don't want to throw all publishers, especially small presses, under the bus, but
no,
I'm
because
just
small
saying that
presses are usually pretty good
a
about it.
lot of them do not. And what they should do is support your career.
Right.
So they should not take away from your career. They should not be a side part of your career, but they should be an integral part of your career. If you're going to go traditional publisher, even um, publishing where you publish, I hate to call it hybrid anymore because that's such a nasty
Ugh,
word. But what
hybrid is
hybrid
awful.
really means is that you publish some traditional titles and you publish some self-published titles.
Not
That's what I mean by
yeah.
hybrid.
Yeah, we're not
Not referring to the type of publisher, but referring to the model. of
Right.
like, and this is what Vincent Zandri and I both do this. There's a bunch of authors that do
Mm-hmm.
this. Some books go to traditional publishers, some are self-published, and the way you decide what goes where is a 100% business decision. It is a
Mm-hmm.
career and a business decision. And your publisher should help you make that the right decision for those titles that you approach them with.
Right.
That's my personal opinion, is that your publisher should absolutely support your indie career too, because then your indie career can help support your publisher. There's no reason that shouldn't be a symbiotic relationship. There's no reason that you shouldn't learn from your publisher and gain benefits from your publisher that also help your indie career. There's no reason for it, because it's not a competition.
Right. It
That's
shouldn't be. It
it's
shouldn't
not,
be.
it shouldn't be a competition. Now, a lot of publishers see it that way, and I'm sorry that they do, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry that some authors have gotten caught up in this thing where they feel like traditional publishing is either their only option, or and they know it's not a good thing, but they do it anyway. I
Right.
mean, it's just, anyway, that's just,
Yeah.
that's,
That's so
we
that's
could
our
go on
little
that forever.
that's a
But
little
that's
tidbit,
our
but
spiel. But
we're
we
just
should
gonna
yeah, I mean,
yeah. We're gonna just we'll just watch
yeah,
for
we'll sit
us.
on the
Well,
official announcement. The official announcements will be coming, but that is one of the things that's
that
happening
is
in the
one of the
background.
things that's happening. Hmm.
And the
So
reason
that'll be
is, in
coming up
part,
in 2026.
well, yeah, and part of the reason we're doing that is I really sincerely feel that more publishers should work that way. And I think if we can do it successfully and set a model like that, then there could be other publishers that come along with
Yes.
other imprints for other types of stories, other genres of stories that have marketing teams that are for those specific types of stories. And think about the way
Exactly.
Harlequin and those places used to do that, right?
Right.
The way those imprints used to do that. And now a lot of that stuff has gone the way of the world. And that's unfortunate, because it doesn't have to. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to.
It doesn't
Anyway.
have to. But yeah, so Print to Pro has always been based on helping authors figure out where their project and their goals sit in the marketplace, and how to help you as an author publish your book in a professional manner and stand out and compete against those other books that are flooding the market. And one of those things is by maintaining and establishing yourself in a very professional manner, and that will continue when we open this publishing company, and do
Hmm.
this over here. But we want people to understand and know that we are very author centric. That does not change. So
Right.
everything
Exactly.
everything will be a collaboration with the author. So that is 100% our focus. We are
Yeah.
so
Because
excited about this.
it's super interesting. What's super interesting to me is that it's not that we will stop offering the services that we already offer
We
with
already
Print to
offer, yeah.
Pro.
Mm-hmm.
Those things are not going to stop. So if you just need a cover and you come to us, you say, I want a cover. I want formatting, or I want this type of
Or I want
editing,
you
or
to help me
whatever,
publish. Yeah,
or I want you to help me
teach me how to
publish,
publish this.
teach me
Mm-hmm.
how to publish. We're still going to do all those things. And
Mm-hmm.
those things are still available on any genre, anything, any
Yeah,
other stuff that we're doing.
exactly.
The publisher is just a very specific thing for a very specific genre, for very specific authors. And there will be a period of time when it's really kind of an invitation only type thing, because we want to take on authors and books that we know that we can market and sell and support author careers. We don't
Right.
want to just take on anything. So we have a whole bunch of titles in our catalog, but we're not doing anything with them. That's
Yeah,
not our
that's
goal.
exact.
Anyway.
And what I love about this is the leverage that we're bringing for the traditional publisher. We're also going to have available to our Print to Pro authors. So like
Hmm.
there's some marketing education that we're putting together, and some strategies that will be implemented in the publishing company that will also can be executed by the Print to Pro authors as
Hmm.
well. So it'll be really interesting to see how we can help make this a much better process for authors, so that
Hmm.
they are seeing more success than they are when they just go the old way, which is
Hmm.
what we mean by this being a new way. This isn't like innovative. We're not coming up with something that's revolutionary, although it might sound like it, because here we are, two hats that kind of say trad publishing is kind of a, most of the time it's just a sham. Why do it that way when you
Hmm.
can make more money doing it yourself? And while we're still going to say that, but at the
Yes.
same time, we understand the leverage that sometimes comes into play. So I'm kind of really excited just about how this will open some
Well,
more doors for
and
authors overall.
the other part is I've always said that traditional publishing has a place.
Mm-hmm. It does.
Now, I mean, and it does because there are some authors who literally like the idea of running an author business is just so overwhelming to them,
Well,
or
even
it's
aside
just
from that, it's more like just the ability to, like you said, leverage it for book awards, or for certain
mhm,
business
book
strategies, or
awards and things like that. Yeah,
certain professions that require
for
that
certain
kind of an
placement,
imprint for
placement and
placement.
distribution
Hmm.
of your books, and things like so. One of the things that we're going to strive to, well, I'm not going to talk about that yet because that would give things away.
Don't give that away.
We will
we,
be a member of professional organizations which will help you in your
mhm.
help you become recognized in your author career. It not only makes you eligible for awards and other things like that, but it gives you a stepping stone to advance your author career by joining
Exactly.
national organizations when your publisher is already a member of them.
Right.
So
Right.
it helps your career in that way. So if you want to do other things on the traditional side that don't fit with our publisher, but you have a book with our publisher, those things will still help you.
Yeah.
Like those
Hmm.
things, it's not like we go, well, only you can only use that thing for this book that you have published. No, that's not. We're talking about building careers and building lifelong relationships with authors that help
And for
them.
your entire catalog, not just the book
Yeah,
that's with us. So that's the
help
other
you meet
thing,
your goals with your entire catalog.
with your
So
entire
when was the
catalog.
last time you had a traditional publisher that you approached go, hey man, how can we support your indie backlist?
Yeah,
You haven't because publishers don't do it. And I think
they don't
it's
do
I'm not going to say the words because
it.
Sydney will just have to bleep them out.
She'll have to bleep them out.
Our video editor will just have to bleep them out. So I'm not gonna say the words, but you guys know what I'm thinking. If you've been in this game for any time at all, you know what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
It's just garbage that's out there. But anyway,
It's yeah.
so
So we're
yeah,
super
more
excited
on
about
that
that.
coming. More
But
on that
yeah.
coming.
But if you go to Author Nation, you'll probably hear a little bit more about it. We're gonna I'm really excited about it. We and a couple other things that we're working on that I'm excited about. We are working on some, like I said, the education platforms. Troy is planning on moving his amazing Plot Dude course and some other courses into the Print to Pro platform. So that'll be available
Hmm.
to customers of Print to Pro. They'll be able to access all of those courses if they want. We're very excited about that. We're excited about we've added Troy to the team um, as part of a, as almost a partnership at this point, where we've so
Uh-huh.
uh he's got his stuff going on, and then oh gosh, what else is happening?
Yeah, it's just
We're looking at
this is
property.
interesting. It relates
What's that?
it because we're transforming our businesses
Hmm.
because both of us are transform. Somebody asked me like, so what are you guys doing? And like, how is this working? And I'm like, well, we're just reorganizing things.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
like,
just reorganizing.
nothing's really changing
No.
per se, except that like one LLC is moving here and other
Yeah.
LLCs are moving here. And I'm
Yeah.
like, it's just kind of a weird thing, but there's nothing really
Nothing really changes.
like as far as what's happening, what we do,
Yeah.
nothing's really changing except for the addition of a couple things,
And I
which we're
think
happy about. Yeah.
yeah, but I think the collaboration just is more or less like one of those things, like when you collaborate as authors, and you collaborate with, and you help,
Hmm.
you boost each other's, back email lists, basically, by selling each other's products on each other, by cross collaboration. It's kind of the same thing
Hmm.
what Troy and I are doing. We're helping our audiences grow a little bit more, and tailor making our services so that his strengths and my strengths can be amplified, I bet,
Hmm.
basically. So like if somebody comes in, I already recommend my clients to Troy when they need some plot doctoring. And if I have an entrepreneur that comes in and says, I need a book written, I've got, Troy and a couple other authors that we can team you up with. But the thing is that it's in the way that we're structuring things, it's going to make it just easier and more seamless, because we'll all be part of the same
Yeah,
team. And I'm really
it'll
excited
make
about
it
that.
clearer what we're
Yeah,
doing too. And I
exactly.
like what you hinted at about finding properties. So I did a
Mm,
writing retreat at a great place, but I will tell you that the writing retreats that we do there are going to be very exclusive and they are not going to be
hmm
cheap, because one of the things we figured out this week in our inaugural soft launch is how much it actually costs to put that on.
hmm
So Troy is a little poorer, but very happy coming home. But oh, so
Yeah.
funny. But anyway, but we have other plans as well. So this will not be the
Yeah.
only type of retreat and
No,
things that we offer. And if you are looking for a space to hold a writing retreat and you want to keep it right around 20 people, just email
just,
me and I will let you
yeah.
know some ways
Yeah.
that you can do that, even with the current opportunities that we have, but more opportunities are coming. So just don't,
I
yeah,
will hint at some of the things that my husband and I are working on, and that, of course, Troy will be a part of as well. But one of my dreams has always been to have a property where we can hold focused events for writers, whether it be bringing in people to talk about um, maybe a specific genre, or maybe having somebody talk about different tools that they can use as an author to make their writing a little more polished. If it's to bring in people and just give them the retreat, just to let them have time to write and feel like they can do that. Or if it's a place, if you need to get together and we can bring in speakers like Becca Syme, who talks about the wellness of the business, and how to keep your space and your business thriving, and to avoid burnout and things like that. I would love to bring in people like Becca, but to hold these focused events, basically, where people can come in, and not maybe full-blown conferences, but intimate settings where people can come in and we can actually give you that tailored, focused
yeah,
energy and help you really learn how to become that level up your business,
yeah.
basically, as an author.
Kind
That
of a
is really
mini
what we're looking.
conference
Kind
type
of,
thing,
yeah.
mastermind type
Mastermind,
things.
yeah. I was thinking,
Um,
yeah, we would get
yeah.
so my husband right now is on the hunt. He's been on the hunt for about 6 months. We are looking for property. We're looking for about 20 acres. So if you know of a place, but let me tell you my criteria. It needs to be by an airport. I need this to be easily accessible by people. I want people to be able to fly in and find, because we want to be able to create, business packages where people can fly in. I also need to be by hotels. If we have a bigger event where we have multiple, maybe not just 5, 10 people are coming. Maybe we've got you know, 20 to 40 people coming, we might want a bigger get blocks of hotel rooms. So they need to be by hotel rooms. I also want there to be points of interest close by, because I mean,
Hmm.
not everybody's going to want to hang out all day long. If people want to leave and go exploring or something, I want to give them the space to do that. So there's that
Yeah.
too. So that's kind
Yeah.
of
We
where
were
we're
actually
at.
just talking about that at the
Oh,
retreat I was at this weekend, because we were talking about, so it's near South Lake Tahoe. So
mm-hmm.
it's close enough to the town that you could go to the town and do the things, like we went and walked through some museums and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That was really cool. But it's also isolated enough. But the one drawback is that it is an hour at minimum
To
away from
anywhere.
Reno. Reno really
Yeah.
is the airport to fly into, and it's an hour away from there. So there are shuttle services that you can do and stuff that get people up there and things like that. But I mean, yeah, Primo would be closer
Closer.
to
Yeah.
airports.
I want people to be able to
Um,
say, "Oh, I need a
which
Tylenol,"
is
and they
why,
can
of course, that
get
I'm
somewhere.
voting for Boise area,
I know
close
you
to an
will.
airport,
I know you are. I know you are.
close to
I
an
love
airport.
I do
points of
love
interest,
Idaho. I do love it.
points of interest, and
There's lots of points of interest here. I mean, it's freaking Hemingway stomping ground. There's lots to do here. Now that it's getting more populated, we have a lot more entertainment coming in too, and it's really great. But
mhm,
we'll see. We'll see when my
yeah.
husband ends up sticking us. But I'm really excited. No matter where it goes, it's funny how small this world is. Most of my clients are
Mhm.
not local. I would say 99% of my clients are not
Oh
even
yeah,
from
easily 99% of my.
neck of the world. Yeah.
In fact,
Um,
more of my clients would be able to come to like Vegas, Reno, South Tahoe area. It'd be easier for them to go there than it is for them to come here.
I
As
would say
much as I
most,
love my home
yeah.
state and area,
I,
I mean, not that it wouldn't be easy. The airport is easy to
you know what's
access, but it's not
crazy?
somewhere that they think of like right away. It's really
Most of
interesting.
my clients are East Coast. It's funny. Most of my clients are like Chicago, Boston.
Yeah, a lot
I
of mine
just
are
published
west,
one
but there
from
are a lot
Maine.
of East Coasters. There
Yeah.
are a lot of East Coasters.
Yeah. In fact, I was gonna show you before we started tonight. One of my clients, we just published her children's book this weekend, and it's such the cutest book. Snickerdoodle Wigglebutt, McFluffy Paws. Oh my gosh, stupid cute. Richard Haight. Hi, Richard, if you ever happen to come across this. But Richard Haight is he is like an amazing, is it Haight or Hoyt? I never say his last name right. Um, it's Hoyt, but it's probably said or spelled. No, not spelled. It's Hoit. But Richard's last name probably doesn't even get sounded like that. Like Hoyt is probably wrong
Oh
because
yeah.
he's from New Zealand. So you know that they have that
Oh,
Kiwi accent.
okay. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know if he does or not, but I'm sure if he's a New Zealander and that's a New Zealand name, which I've never heard
Hmm.
it before other than Richard. So if it is, he's probably saying it completely different. But anyway, I digress. Richard has done several books for clients of mine, and he is an amazing top tier illustrator. He hand draws his stuff, and every time I see his stuff, I melt because it is just freaking adorable. If you want to check out his stuff, go to his Instagram. He has a series of illustrations that he did, I think, for a children's book, but they're like these animals that are like being drenched by the rain. And there's one that's a gorilla. And I swear to you, every time I see it, I literally crack up. It is so funny. It reminds me of my dad.
Oh, oh no.
It's
I
so
hope Stacy's dad is not listening to this.
it
Dad, you
is,
remind me of a wet gorilla.
it
This
is
wet
so
gorilla reminds me of you.
funny.
Anyway.
It is the funniest thing. But anyway, he just cracks me up. But yeah, anyway, we just published her book and she's from Maine and she sent me pictures yesterday or today, I probably today, of because she lives just a few blocks away from Stephen King. And so she knows I'm a fan. So she walked by his house and she took pictures of his house as she walked by, which
Oh my goodness.
he thinks his neighbor is a creeper, but it's fine.
Yeah. That's okay. He likes creepy neighbors. That's material. That's just more
Strangely enough,
material.
he has a weird, I mean, like when you see his house you're like, oh yeah, that's Stephen King's house because he has a weird
Oh yeah.
fence. Like it's just a weird dude.
Yeah,
But anyway, I don't, when I
for
say I'm a
sure.
fan, just so you know, I do not agree with this man politically or philosophically in any way, shape, or form. The guy is psychotic, but I don't
Well,
agree with him. But I can sit in the
yeah.
same room with him and admire him for his writing chops because he's got them and I love what he writes. So anyway, that being said, it's crazy how we've got clients all over the world. And I would really love to be able to have a place where it's easy for everybody to come together if they want to and if they can.
Hmm.
It's just it's always been a dream of mine. It's kind of my husband's retirement promise of for me to him that he can do that and
Oh,
take care of that for him.
well,
So
I will tell you that the property that's up from Nick's property in South Lake Tahoe is for sale. It is 33 acres.
oh, okay,
I will
that's
tell you, I will tell you after this, so that people don't see you going to shock on camera, how much they
how,
want
no, just tell me how
for.
much. Is it
I
like
think he
five
is five what?
million?
Oh no, you need
What
to
is
go
it?
much higher.
Oh, higher. Because it's Tahoe.
Yes,
We're 50?
keep going up.
More than 100 million?
keep going up.
Oh my gosh. How much? Just tell me.
225.
225 million?
Yeah, it's not
Okay.
worth it. So don't.
That's
Anyway,
that's
it's a
out of my
long
price
story.
range.
I have a story about that that involves it. Partially involves the breaking into a house. But anyway, um,
We're not going to break
there's
into
always
houses.
a
We're not going to
story.
steal property.
No,
We're not, there's
no
no going to be
breaking into houses.
takeovers.
Well, they just wanted to go in and look at the caretaker's house, which is a 900 square foot house. Anyway, on
That
this
is
huge
funny
property.
on that huge property. That is funny.
And
Um,
part of the reason the guy wants to make that much money is he built a bridge that goes up there and also goes up to the next property now because they were going to use a crane to do construction and stuff up there. And so he
okay.
needed but he didn't want just the bridge that would actually function well. He wanted one that would look good. So the bridge that we crossed each day as we went up there is worth $250,000 by itself.
Oh, well, that's nice. That's
Just
nice
that
to have that
bridge.
kind of money.
It's not worth it either. The bridge is about 20 feet long.
Oh
But
dear.
but
Oh
the guy
dear.
that had that property is insane. So anyway,
Well, you know,
so
if you
but
got it, flaunt it.
you could make him an offer. He's desperate to unload
Sure.
it. I do know that.
No, there's no
Anyway,
amount of money that I can offer him that he won't scoff at. So it'll be funny.
yeah.
But yeah,
Anyway,
no,
yeah, yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited for this. I'm really excited. It's gonna be one of those things where I want to see the future for authors to be very, very bright. And I know right
Hmm.
now it's scary for authors because AI and just the uncertainty of our economy. And this is kind of like, and people need to understand and know this about authorship in the first place. But running an author business is not for the faint of heart. It is also something that you have to understand and know that it's going to be hard work. There are easier ways to make money. Troy says it all the time. There are
Hmm.
a lot of easier ways to make money. This is not one of those things where you get into this business and think, well, this is going to be my money maker. This is going to be my, this is how I'm going to make a living, because it's not like that anymore. But it is one of those things that we can
Yeah.
teach you how to leverage your books and make you money, so that you
Hmm.
can be full-time authors. You just have to know that it comes from a place of love
Well,
and care for you, and that it will require some effort, which is one of the
yeah,
reasons why we want to make this easy for you
and I mean,
and fun
kind of a
and
final
fun.
note on that. I mean, first of all, this needs to be fun and as easy as it can be, but it is a challenging business. And, if you've listened to Vincent and I talk on The Writer's Life on his podcast,
Mhm.
and you've probably heard me say it here before, is like we averaged out our years of like
Yeah.
really awesome, super awesome years and super low years. And we make about what a middle school math teacher would make. So
Mhm.
understand when you're talking about a full-time author making a living as an author, that's what we mean.
Yeah.
Like for the most of authors that are mid-list authors like us that are just making it and doing our thing, you're making a modicum of income like an elementary or middle school teacher.
Yeah.
Okay, so don't do this because you think you're going to make millions and you're going to make all kinds of money. You can do okay and you can make a living, but make a living, let's define that for you. But
Yeah.
anyway, we want to be brutally honest about that, but we also want to help you make the maximum
And
out of
yeah.
that you
And
have.
if your book is one of the unicorns in the world, we certainly want to give you every opportunity for that unicorn to take flight. Because in all
Hmm.
honesty, that we know that there are some very good books out there that could actually fly.
Hmm.
And we want you to give those books those opportunities. So even in Print to Pro or in our publishing company that is coming soon, we will
Ah.
be completely transparent with our authors on those opportunities that may or may not happen. We want people to understand that if we see this as something that could, like, seriously be humongous, we're going to make sure that we're going to give you every opportunity to make that. And if that means
Yeah.
not being with us, if that means putting you somewhere else, we are willing to do that, because our goals, Troy's and my goals, you need to know, our mission has always been to help authors succeed. And sometimes that doesn't mean with us. Sometimes that
Hmm.
means we have to refer you out to somebody else that's a little more
Yep.
capable or a little bit more capable in that
bigger.
niche.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
exactly.
just
So
know that
yeah,
happens. But we're super psyched. So if you're coming to Author Nation, find us. I don't know what my booth number is. I don't even know if we're going to even have those
it
identified.
is
Just
J
know.
something or other.
Yeah, J something or other. So Monday we will be
Yeah.
in J something or other. I'm going to be in the author services section. On the Troy will be with me on the paper or on the directory. I think I'm still showing up as edits by Stacey, but I will be print to pro, and I will have my display. I keep doing this.
Yes.
For
And
those of you who
then
are listening, I'm like swimming into the air.
swimming into the air. And then Friday, Reader Nation,
Reader
I'll be
Nation.
signing books. I'm going to have some of Vince and I's Book Blast books. I'm going to have the retail edition of True Pulp. For those of you who missed the Kickstarter, the
Yep.
retail edition is available. And that Kickstarter kicks off that day for Book Blasts.
Very
So,
nice.
and if you're looking for just grabbing the retail edition of True Pulp, that comes out October 30th is when it's going to become widely available. So
Yay!
October 30th. So excited about this. Stacey helped us with both the retail and the Kickstarter cover, and they are both amazing. But the
Well, you
Kickstarter
are
cover, which
sweet.
looks kind of like this, you can't, if for those of you that are
Did you
watching,
just
not just
cover?
listening,
Oh,
huh?
that's your postcard. Is that like a postcard thing?
This is
I'm
the
like, there's a
thing
big
that,
white
so on a
blob.
limited edition, yeah, this is where the authors signed. On the limited edition ones, where
Oh,
there are signatures from all of the authors, that's what the authors signed, is that little card right there. And there are a couple of those going out to people in the world. Hopefully this week, I got one thing coming, one
okay.
more thing coming, and then those will go out this week to those people that ordered those extremely limited editions. And
Mm.
you're going to have some very valuable signatures on in your hands this week. So if you missed that as authors, the one thing is there will be a couple of the other authors that are in the True Pulp anthology at the book signing. So if you come and find me and get that retail edition, there are two more authors that you can grab their signatures that while you're there,
Very
that
cool.
will be
Very
there
cool.
at
That's a
Author
good
Nation.
idea.
So
Well,
yeah.
and then we're going to be giving away a pair of Beats Pros Studio Pros, and we'll be giving away some author business starter kits. And what else are we doing? We're going to have in conference consultations. So if anybody wants to meet with Troy and I individually and talk about their project at the conference, they can do that. We have a few slots available for that. And yeah, we're going to be doing all kinds of stuff. I think I'm hosting a little meetup with a few of us, and we're gonna go see the Potted Potter show.
Yes. Well,
And
yeah, and I will be that evening. I think that's Thursday evening.
you'll be,
I will be
aren't you
at
gonna
the
go to a,
spoken
yeah,
karaoke thing after that. And
yeah,
you can find me most nights, like if you want to go to dinner with us
yeah.
on Wednesday night, probably.
Wednesday
Let's
night,
see, we
Tuesday,
have a
we're
thing
already
Tuesday
booked
night.
up. Hmm.
Tuesday we're booked, but Wednesday night, if you want to go to dinner with us, please let us know. We're
Yeah, let
happy to
us
take
know.
you or a group of you with us. There are also some other meetups that evening, and always once the official conference things are over, I am always available to go bar hopping with you. We happen to love. Oh, what is the name of that casino that's down across the street? But anyway, they have great cocktails, and they're one of the least expensive places on the strip. And there's
Where?
also Fuel that's right
Yeah,
outside,
Fuel is right
and that bar
outside,
is
but
open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. The only
wow,
time
for
I'm
the
there
for
is
the for
really
the
late at
hard-up
night, and
alcohol.
they always have 2-for-1 drinks. So they always are handing out cards for 2-for-1 drinks. So you always order 2 drinks at a time. And if you order the drink that says the strongest they've got, it is the strongest that they've got. And it is one of the strongest on the strip. So just be fair warned.
Very
We have had
aware.
to pour people into their hotel rooms at the end of the night after spending time at
Oh
Fuel.
dear.
So don't be one of those people. Try to use moderation whenever possible.
Please drink
And
responsibly, Troy.
yeah, yeah, I was going to say, and I'm kind of talking to myself in this particular
Drink
instance.
responsibly.
Drink
I do not
responsibly.
want to, I don't want to
Uh,
hear somebody say, Stace, you have to go get Troy. He's fallen
yeah,
down on the escalator and he can't get up.
Yeah, no, I usually don't fall down. I might yell funny things at people or something. Hopefully I won't get arrested. But anyway.
Oh dear
But
heaven.
yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, come see us. We're super excited about that. When we get back, well, we'll have a really cool podcast episode that we'll record in
You will
Vegas
record in
at
Vegas and then
Author Nation. And
I
then
even have a
somewhere
topic
along the
for
way
it,
too.
so we'll be excited.
Oh, and
Yeah.
somewhere along the way, I may be doing I did a couple of interviews this weekend up at the retreat of a couple different authors. So I may be doing some more of those interviews. You may see those on our
Oh,
YouTube channel.
cool.
I just ask the authors a few questions, then we have a conversation, and it's actually, those turned
Probably
out
really
better
good.
than I could have expected.
Mm-hmm.
There's some, if I just take a video like that with my phone, the authors amazingly pretty soon just start talking to me and they open up. And it's
Mm-hmm.
amazing what you learn about someone when you just ask them questions and they just open up. So
Yeah.
I'm very excited about that. So we may be doing some more of those. So if you're an author coming to Author Nation and you want me
Yeah,
to
and you
interview
want
you,
us to talk to you.
come
Yeah,
and
we could talk
grab
about your
me
project.
and I
That would be
will.
kind of fun to do. We could talk about their project and record it and like see if they want
Oh
to
no, I
share
don't talk
how.
about their project.
Oh, I would love
No,
to.
no,
I would
no,
love
no. What
to.
I do is I ask them questions about their author career that make them open-ended questions that make them open up to me.
Mm,
And then
I would.
and then readers learn a lot about them as an author behind the usual
Mm-hmm.
persona that they put
Yeah.
forward.
I
And
would love
anyway,
to talk to
love doing
somebody
that.
about like break down their project for somebody because it would probably show people like
Oh,
how
we
we
could
could
do that
help
too.
them. Yeah, how we could
Mhm.
actually
We
help
could do
them with
that
their.
too.
Yeah, I think
It's
that would be fun.
I love I just love talking to authors about authorship because and their projects because they love talking about them,
Yeah, they
first of
like
all.
talking about them.
But also you start to see the breadth and the amazing how different every single author is in
Mm-hmm.
the way that they do things. And it's just so amazing. It's so much fun
Yeah,
to learn that about people because the
it's
more
really
you learn
fun.
about people, the more you learn there is no formula. Get that out of your head and
Yep.
let's move forward. But
Yeah,
anyway,
yeah.
okay,
But anyway,
super
so
excited.
well, yeah. So come by and get free stuff. And then if like I said, if you're new to this channel, this was just us kind of talking about Author Nation and the things we've been working on. But the next time we talk, we'll be talking about oh, I want to save I want to save it. We're going to be talking
Save
from
the
Author
topic.
Nation.
Save the
Where
topic.
I'm really excited about it. But we usually talk about writing and writing businesses and being an author and kicking some serious tail in this business. So we're really excited to continue to do
Yep.
that. If you guys have anything you want us to breach or broach or whatever the word is, send it our way, write it in the comments. Shout out to those of you who are regulars. We really appreciate you listening and
Yes.
following us.
And Vince, I was so happy to hear about your fuzzy handcuffs last
Oh
week.
yeah.
That was a great comment. Really appreciate that.
Yeah.
If you guys
Thanks,
see me at
Vincent.
Author Nation on Monday and I still have flecks of paint or drywall in my hair, just understand that's what I'm doing this week. So anyway.
Yeah, or that Stacey just threw it at him. But anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. So we appreciate you guys.
True, not wrong.
Like and subscribe. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks, everybody.
All right. See you next week, everybody.